26 birds being smuggled into the country. Take a look at this. Agents found 26 finches from Guyana. They were stuffed in these hair curlers. They say that the men who were smuggling them also hid them in their socks. Now, the reason they say they were bringing these birds here is for singing contests, because they say a finch who wins one of those contests can sell for thousands of dollars, and finches from Ghana are thought to be the best singers.
Well, developing tonight, police are looking for the person who left a dog to die outside of a shelter in the district. When the Humane Rescue Alliance found the Chihuahua tied in a plastic bag and abandoned near their facility, it was too late to save her. The only clue about the person responsible was this note that read, "Dog pass away, thanks." The Humane Rescue Alliance named her Mary, and they found this was not the first time she had suffered.
The wounds on the back of her neck were severely infected, and so, obviously that's very concerning, and it had to have taken some time. 20 more steps to the front door would have gotten her the help that she needed.
Well, tonight investigators are offering a $3,000 reward for information about who abandoned that dog.
Well, new at 11 o'clock, a Maryland man is facing child porn charges after police say that he left the evidence of his crime inside a storage locker that was then auctioned off. Police say that locker in Pasadena was rented by Glenn Ranger. Somebody bought it at auction and then immediately called police, who say they searched the locker and found thousands of photos of child porn, along with hard drives, DVDs, and videotapes. Police tracked him down. He is now being held without bond.
He spent 15 years behind bars for a crime he did not commit. But tonight, he is still fighting for his freedom. Ruel Saylor was released from an Ohio prison last week after it was determined he was wrongly convicted in a 2002 murder case. But the Department of Corrections says he still has to wear an ankle monitor for 120 days, and he can't even leave the state. Now, he is fighting to have that rule changed.
I'll wear this ankle monitor for 4 months or a year if I have to. It was going to make change for other people behind me to come and not go through the same things I went through.
Well, Saylor says he is committed to dedicating the rest of his life to helping others in jail who believe they have been wrongly convicted.
7 is on your side now with a consumer alert, as 2 of the nation's major automakers are planning to thin out their offerings. The Wall Street Journal is reporting that General Motors is going to stop making the Chevy Sonic, which just hit the market in 2012. Ford is also making some changes. They're going to stop selling the Fiesta and Taurus in the United States, and the Fusion could also be on the chopping block. This all comes as SUVs become much more popular.
Meanwhile, Ford is still making the Escape SUV, but you may not want to put it at the top of your wish list for a new car. The 2018 model failed the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety's new passenger side crash test, earning a poor rating. Take a look. You can see the cabin of the car is completely crushed without the side airbags even deploying. Ford says the SUV earned high marks in all other tests.
All right, first we should tell you there was no damage to buildings. No one was seriously hurt or even hurt that we know of, but cameras were rolling on an eagle's nest when a 5.3 earthquake hit Southern California.
All right, so watch this. Isn't that something? You can see the dad there took off when the quake hit, shaking the camera. The good news, he did return just a few seconds later, definitely on high alert. The family and the nest all doing just fine tonight. Interesting perspective of that.
Yeah, and the little eaglets are sitting there going, what just happened?
Yeah.
And where's Dad?
Come back.
He's probably thinking the same thing. They built
Amazing.
to some high standards there. So
Exactly.
they're doing all right.
Big nest they built.
Yes.
All right, so everybody's talking about this weather, and the snow.
And they're not liking this weather.
Yeah.
Generally
it won't
not.
stay very long, right,
No,
if it does snow.
Exactly, and I think it's going to have a tough time accumulating in general.
Yeah.
So we're going to be close to 70 tomorrow, and that's going to be a big
Nice.
part of the reason. Exactly. If we warm up, the ground is warm, and as the snow arrives for us as we head into Saturday morning, a lot of it's going to be melting pretty easily. So maybe you get a quick coating on the grass or that sort of thing, but I think our roads are going to remain just wet, and some of this even comes down as rain. So let's start off with early tomorrow morning. This is where we are. We've got temperatures around 42 degrees for you in the morning in D.C., about 35 in Leesburg, still below freezing in a couple places. Frederick, we're near 31, so still starting off with a chilly morning, but not as bad as it was this morning. We work our way throughout the day tomorrow. We're almost to 60 by around lunchtime, and then hitting into the mid and upper upper 60s later in the afternoon. If we're going to get any sunshine tomorrow, I do think it's tomorrow afternoon, and that could bump some of our temperatures actually up into the low 70s. But now let's take this through Friday evening. I want to show you 6:30. Everything's fine. You're doing your Friday night plans. You're good to go until we get to about 10 or 11 o'clock. That's when a few spotty showers come in. I think this is a little overdone, but you might be running into a little bit of wet weather. Then we fast forward to about 3 in the morning, heading into Saturday. That cold air starts to spill in behind this cold front, change some of that over to snow, and then you see even more turning to that blue color, and that would be our best chance to see some snow early Saturday morning. This is around 8 o'clock. And again, this drops back to the south and out of here pretty quickly. So if you sleep in too late on Saturday, you might not even see any of this. Here we are at 11 and then just sinks down to the south. The timing on this working out pretty well for our baseball game. We've got 1:30 there on the map for you, and you can see most of that snow is already out of here, even ending with a little bit of sunshine late in the day. So here's another way to look at it. 70% chance for snow early in the morning, dropping off to